Namaste. I'm Pooja Upganlawar and I'm back with another story. Now, this story I'm going to take you to a very beautiful land, the land of Kerala. Kerala is such a beautiful land, isn't it? And I'm also going to take you back in time. I'm going to take you to King Vikramaditya's time. Yes, and King Vikramaditya had many scholars in his court. Now, one of the scholars was Vararuchi. Now, Vararuchi, once he finished his time at King Vikramaditya's court, he went to Kerala. And once he went to Kerala, he got married and he had 12 children. Out of them, one was Naranthu. And his name was Naranthu Branthan because he was thought to be mad. Branthan actually means mad in Malayalam. So his name was Naranthu Branthan because he did all weird kind of things. The most famous thing that he did was a big stone he would take. He would take a big stone and he would find a hill for himself. And he would push it and push it and push it and roll it up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. And once he reached the top, he would just leave it. He would drop it. And when he dropped the stone, the boulder, it will roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and come down. And when it fell down, he would dance around, he would run around, and he would be very happy to see that scene. He would totally love to see the boulder fall off. And once the boulder fell off, he would dance around, isn't it? But he had another thing to do. That too was quite silly. I think so. What do you think? He would see all the ants. He would look at that big line of ants. He would try to count them. And when they came back, he would again count them. He would have fun doing all these things. You know what he ate? He would never work. So he would go from house to house and ask for food. He would beg around. And once he got enough food, so if he gets like a little rice, he gets a little lentil, he gets a few vegetables for himself, he would stop begging. Once he's had sufficient, he would just stop begging. What he would do then is to look for fire. He would start looking for fire around where he could cook that food. And he would look for the fire in the village, at the village square. He would look for it in the maidans. And wherever he found fire, he would sit there and start cooking his meal. And wherever he cooked, he sat right there and finished his meal. And once he finished his meal, he slept right there. And that was his normal routine every day. That's a ritual that he followed. One fine day, once he finished begging, he got his quota of vegetables and lentils and rice. He started looking for fire. Now, he couldn't find fire anywhere. He couldn't find fire at the village square, not at the maidans, not in the neighborhood anywhere. All he could see fire was in a crematorium. He went inside the crematorium and he saw a freshly lit pyre. And once he saw fire, he said, "Yes, I have got the fire." And then he went inside the crematorium. He set up his little move around stove. He picked up some stones. He picked up some faggots and some, these logs that were there in the pyre. He picked them up and he made his makeshift stove. He placed a big pot, put rice and water, and with a ladle, he started stirring and stirring and stirring. He found a big boulder right there, and he rested his back on that boulder, and very, very soothingly and comfortingly, he sat there. There was one problem that he had. He had elephantiasis in his right foot. And it was always itchy. You know, elephantiasis is a disease where your foot swells up. It becomes like an elephant. That's why it's called elephantiasis. Now, that disease, it keeps itching. It's very uncomfortable. So, but the heat from the stove was very soothing to his foot. So, he kept his foot near the stove and it was all comforting. It was so comforting that he was about to take a nap. He rested his back and his eyes were closed when something suddenly started scaring him a bit. Did it scare him actually? Let's find out. There were loud sounds, there were screeches and shouting and shrilling and cackling all around. And he just opened one of his eye to look for what's happening there. And what he sees was there was Bhadrakali with her demonesses all around, and they were all dancing and screaming, the hair moving all around. It was quite scary. But Naranthu Branthan was not at all scared. He opened his eyes and he started looking at the dance. Suddenly, Bhadrakali noticed that there is a mortal being who is looking at them. She ordered the demonesses, "Hey, stop everyone! Look, there is a mortal who is looking at us. No mortal can ever watch us doing our rituals. It's against the law." Every single demoness over there stopped dancing. And Bhadrakali, in a weird ways, she was wearing a skull necklace and her eyes were blazing red hot and she was looking scary. But Naranthu Branthan was not scared. She said, "Hey mortal, what are you doing here? Get up, can't you see? We are dancing all around over here. Doesn't that scare you? You better move out of this crematorium." Naranthu Branthan said, "Hey lady, no offense, but I came here first. I will not go. You may go wherever you want to. I'm not leaving this place. Can't you see I'm cooking my food and taking some rest? Firstly, you've disturbed me. You're not supposed to do that." Bhadrakali was shocked and stunned to see a mortal not being scared of her. And she again said angrily, "You mortal, you got to leave from here right now." Naranthu Branthan was not ready to leave. He sat there and rested back on the boulder. And Bhadrakali knew that this is no ordinary mortal. This is someone who is a match to her. She had to find out some other way to get rid of him. So what did she do? She said, "Listen, you know what? Please move away from here." Now she was not angry. She was all requesting and all. She said, please move. This is a ritual that we have to follow. Please go." Naranthu Branthan said, "No, but I am not going to go at all." Bhadrakali said, "See, this is a ritual that I have to perform right now, today, because the fire has been lit today. Otherwise, I would have come in the next day." Naranthu Branthan was not ready to budge at all. He didn't move. And then Bhadrakali said, "Okay, by then I'll just go to the other pyre and do my work over there. But what about you? Because I'm here, now I have to grant you a boon as per the rule. Because I'm here, I have to give you something and then I have to go. Ask for a boon." Naranthu Branthan said, "Look dear, I don't want anything from you. All I need is to have my meal peacefully. Would you please go?" Bhadrakali said, "No, but I can't do that. You have to ask me for something, please." Now Naranthu Branthan said, "How do I get rid of this female? I'll have to ask for something. Okay, Bhadrakali, do you know when I'm going to die?" He said, "Of course I know when you're going to die. You're going to die after 36 years and 6 months and 12 days and after 3 seconds. Naranthu Branthan was pretty amazed to hear that. He said, "All right, so if you know when I'm going to die, what I want you to do is give me one more day to live." Bhadrakali said, "That's not possible. That's against the law. I can't grant you another day to live." Naranthu Branthan said, "Okay, if you can't grant me one more day to live, why don't you do one thing? You give me one day less to live. You can kill me maybe a day before. Bhadrakali said, see, I can't even do that. That's also against the law of nature. I can't change all of that. Then Naranthu Branthan, see lady. He said, Naranthu Branthan had a big, long, white beard and he was all sitting back like this and talking to Bhadrakali. And he said, see, I told you at the first place that I don't even need anything. You are the one who is insisting. Bhadrakali said, look dear, I have to give you something. Can you please ask me for something that I can give? Naranthu Branthan thought again, and is thinking, how do I get rid of her? I need to have my meal, my food is cooked and I need to eat. And he said, okay, can you see my right foot here? My right foot is swollen. All I want you to do is shift this disease from right to left. Will you do that? Bhadrakali was happy to hear that. She knew she can do that. And instantly, she shifted the disease from the right foot to the left foot. And she went away. And Naranthu Branthan was also relieved because now he could have his meal in peace, plus an added advantage. His right foot were all relieved now, and he picked up his left foot and kept it near the stone where there was fire lit. And now the left foot started to get the same soothing sensation that his right leg had experienced a while back. And he was busy soothing his left foot and eating his grand meal in a crematorium near a pyre. Wasn't that interesting? I want to know, what are your views about Naranthu Branthan? Do you think he was intelligent? Do you think he was very bold to not have been scared of Bhadrakali? Do you think he was foolish to not ask Bhadrakali to just take away the disease? He had her shift the disease from the right foot to the left foot. What are your views on this? Do share it in the comment box. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bye-bye. See you soon with another amazing story.